Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the world of Cyberpunk. I'm sure many of you are aware of the game Cyberpunk 2077, which is due to release next month. It's a dystopian future which is run by mega corporations, gangs, money, and of course, drugs. Today we're going to be taking a look at one such drug called a stim, otherwise known as a stimulant. And for everyone out there who wants to know, this video is more of a theory video, so the following information is a mixture of what we know from our own world and what we can theorize about the future of cyberpunk and cybernetics. This is my interpretation of a stimulant. A device that pumps your body full of chemicals designed to target your central nervous system, which is a highly complex structure that consists mainly of the brain and spinal cord. The brain obviously plays a fundamental role in the control of most bodily functions, including awareness, movements, sensations, thoughts, speech, and memory. So what do these chemicals do exactly? What part of all these functions do they affect? The general idea is that once these compounds have entered your circulation, you become more aware, being able to focus easily on multiple tasks or very intensely on a single task. Your brain essentially goes into a state of overdrive. Under the influence of stims, users have been reported to fight faster, think quicker, but not necessarily smarter. I say this because with every drug you can take, we find ourselves facing down the cold reality of side effects. In the case of stimulants, they affect you in the form of mental delusions. Delusions are often the unshakable thoughts or beliefs in something false or impossible. Examples of some of the most common types of delusions are delusions of persecution or paranoia, a strong belief that others are out to do you harm, whether those others exist or not. You can imagine that depending on what these drugs are used for, it could cause some very serious issues. And with that said, what uses do people have for stimulants? It's a question that really answers itself, since the application of a stim could be for any number of endless reasons. After all, who wouldn't jump at the opportunity for immediate, if not risky, improvement? If we take a look back into the archives of history, we find that these drugs would have been handed out in pill form, inside a little white circle of dust and chemicals. They were less intense in their effects, and so were used more readily for arguably simpler things. Some would use them to focus while needing to study, some people calling these drugs study drugs, while others might be taking them as a medication to dial back ADHD, both examples being rather mundane in the wider scale of time. However, some uses were less than innocent. Militarization is often a word that brings with it a sense of foreboding. For years, various militaries have taken various discoveries from medical science, and by putting it in the hands of a soldier, or in this case their bloodstream, they have weaponized these discoveries. As far back as the Second World War, soldiers have been given access to certain stimulants that allow them to perform better, making them more alert, more capable, and obviously more dangerous. So as you can imagine, in a world like the one of Cyberpunk, it's doubtful that many buyers are looking to just get their homework finished in time. Despite the dangers, however, many people seem to think that these stims are the answers to any number of problems. Be they combative or monotonous, according to Cyberpunk sources, they are readily available and cheap to buy if you're looking to get a kick for your dollar. Nearly every drug is addictive in Cyberpunk, either designed by megacorps to create addicts, or homebrewed as even more volatile and dangerous substances. Only the very wealthy can afford to have non-toxic designer drugs created for their own psychological makeup. The rest of us will have to make do with the spillage and influx of dangerous and unpredictable substances. As always everyone, thank you so much for watching. I apologise as usual that this video took a bit longer than I expected, but a lot of real life stuff has been happening, and as you can probably see, this entire video was in 3D, which was a lot of fun to do, and it's been a learning process, but really enjoyable, so I hope you like that. And if you could let me know down below in the comments if you'd like to see more like this and what you might like to see next, because the Cyberpunk content is something that I'd really like to start pushing out more and more. If you enjoyed this video, then like it and share it around with anyone else you think might like it as well, and if you didn't, then that's fine, and either way, you just have a very wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheeky.